What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video we're going to be talking about how to get all your fish to eat pellets. That includes algae wafers, sinking pellets, floating sticks and stuff like that. So let's get on with the video. Right, welcome back to the video. I hope everyone's doing really well. I've been really well this week. I've been really busy today. It's Thursday today and I've been really busy. I've only just got back from work about an hour ago and it's sort of 7 o'clock now. But let's crack on with the video anyway. So, to get your fish eating some pellets, I get a lot of people asking me on Instagram, how do you get your fish to eat pellets so well? Because I put a few feeding videos up on Instagram every now and then on my stories, and a lot of people ask me, how do you get your fish to eat the pellets like really well? I've got 7 simple tips here to do to help you get your fish to eat pellets. So tip number 1, water changes is vital. I know you all do water changes and stuff for your tanks, but when you've got monster fish like this, they need bigger water changes. So I do like 60-70% water change on here. Keeps the ammonia completely down. There's no ammonia whatsoever in the water. All the fish are happier. They're going to be hungrier, so they're going to eat more. So keep your water changes up. Can't stress that to you anymore. The water change is a massive thing. So that's tip number 2. Lighting. So lighting, I light this tank, I think it's about 6 to 7 hours a day. So lighting's got a lot to do with it. If you can imagine in the sort of Amazon jungle, places like that, it's not lit up all day. Some people have their lights on from like say 6 in the morning till like 9-10 o'clock at night. I know it gets light in the Amazon that sort of time and it gets dark in the Amazon at sort of 9-10 o'clock. It varies throughout the year, but I only have the lights on for 6 to 7 hours, so the fish are sort of dormant in the day, and then the lights come on about 3 o'clock ish and they go off about 9-10 o'clock at night. So and then I feed them when the lights are on, then they're most active then. So but yeah, lighting's got a big part of it. That's what I say anyway. Definitely lighting. So keep your lights to a minimal, especially if you haven't got plants in your tank, because you don't need to light your tank anyway fully. All right. So tip number 3, other fish and the right balance of fish. So this is a massive part. So you can see in my tank here, I've got bottom feeders, I've got middle fish, I've got top fish. There's all sorts. There's plecos and all sorts of fish in here. So what they tend to do, if any sort of food gets smashed up to the bottom or whatever, the plecos and the clown loaches eat it all. But not only that, the bass get the Oscars going. So watch when I stand up here, look. So you don't think I'm going to feed them now. So then we'll come to the sort of the top of that. So the bass get the Oscars going, all sort of eyeing each other up, trying to get each other to feed. They're battling against each other all the time. So other fish get the other fish to feed. That's what I've found anyway with keeping fish. So say if I kept a Temensis on his own in a tank with just a pleco, a lazy pleco, that Temensis won't eat as well as these Temensis in here, or the Oscars won't eat as well as the Oscars in the other tank, if you know what I mean. But other fish get other fish going, so that's a massive tip. So tip number 4, so if you're having massive trouble getting some pellets down your fish, and they can only, your fish can only frozen foods like silver fish, prawns and stuff like that. What I've tended to done in the years gone by, I put like a pellet inside like a silver fish, like a frozen fish or a prawn. So yeah, pellets in silver fish and prawns, frozen prawns and stuff like that. So like I said, if you're really struggling to get your fish to eat any pellets, you can sort of shove the pellets inside the silver fish or the prawns or mussels, whatever you're feeding, and that will actually get inside your fish, so at least they're getting some nutrients from the pellets as well if you're really struggling. And then eventually they'll actually taste the pellet inside the fish or the prawn or the mussel, and they'll actually start liking the food. Sorry, my dog's chucking all the pillows over at the moment. But the fish will actually start liking all the food, and they start eating the pellets off the top. So let's get on to tip number 5, so good pellets. Can't stress to you how much this is a vital point. So good pellets. I feed my fish Hikari pellets. I've got 3 bags of Hikari pellets here, and I also use NT Labs pellets, which I've run out at the moment. I've got these 3 big bags here. So these are floating sticks, Hikari food sticks they're called, so they're basically the floating sticks. So they sort of float on top. The Oscars, Arawans, all sorts eat them. In here is the sinking carnivore pellets, which the Dapnoid actually eats these, and the bass, birches, all them sort of stuff eat it. And in here is just a big bag of algae wafers, which plecos eat. The Arawans actually eat this. All of them eat it, to be fair. I chuck it all in. None of them are fussy. They all sort of smash it a bit. So I'll show you in a sec. I'll do a feed in a sec, and I'll show you what they actually do. So yeah, good pellets. You've got to have a good pellet. There's a lot of pellets out there, and they're just full of full of rubbish. It's basically like giving your fish McDonald's. It's full of rubbish. There's no good stuff in it. It's just packed full of rubbish. It's like rubbish dog food, you know. So don't buy cheap pellets. It's the worst thing to do. So tip 6, air stones on water flow. So I've got 3 air stones in this tank, which gives all the fish loads of oxygen, so they're always happy all the time. That will get your fish eating more. And water flow as well. Water flow and water movement will get your fish eating, because they're getting more oxygen through their gills. Everything's moving about, especially with bigger fish. So I've got 2 wave makers there, I've got 3 FX6 heads. The water's constantly moving, so that's a massive point. So don't let your tank ever have any dead spots or anything like that, and it'll help your fish feed. So tip number 7, day off food. So I feed my fish 5 days a week, 5 days a week on pellets. So I give these lot 5 days a week on these 3 bags of pellets, and then on the 6th day I'll give them frozen food. I'll give them silverfish, prawns, mussels, bloodworms, all sorts of bits. You can give them loads and loads of bits, different food. And that's on the 6th day. That's a day before water change, that is, because all the oils and stuff from the prawns and the fish get inside the water, and on the 7th day you do a water change and it gets all the stuff out of the water and keeps it crystal clear. So yeah, have a day off from feeding on your water change day, and that helps a lot. So I done a water change last night, so these lots should be really hungry right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some pellets in this little pot here, and I'll actually show you how much to use. So let's put some algae wafers in first. Algae wafers. But the fish can be absolutely starving. And I'll show you another little tip to get your fish going as well, which is really simple. So what's this here? This is the sinking pellet. Carnival pellet it's called. Put some of that in there. And you'll know if you're overfeeding your fish, because the food should be gone within about 3 to 4 minutes max. So if the food hasn't gone, you're overfeeding your fish, and just cut back on the feeding, because all it's doing, you're wasting money, and it's going into your filters and it's clogging your tank up and it's messing up your water. So just keep an eye on that. So that's what we've got at the moment. So there's algae wafers at the bottom, there's carnivore pellets in the middle, and there's food sticks on top. So it's all Hikari stuff that is, but like I said, I do use NT Lab stuff as well, which is really good. So let's chuck this in. But this is another tip as well to get your fish to feed. So always wind your fish up. Like I always wind my fish up when I'm feeding. Look how crazy they're going for food. Look. So let's just bang this in the water. There we go, like so. You can see the arowanas, but absolutely mental. Let me zoom in for you. So there's a whole cup of food gone in there. The arowana, the Asian arowana, took a whole mouthful of it when I first threw it in. The bass just got absolutely crazy for it. Like, you can see how crazy they go for it. So this is a massive sign of healthy fish if they're taking food like this quick and this hard. Because obviously they're hungry, that means they're healthy. So you need to keep an eye on that. You want your fish, especially bass. Bass take food. I've never known fish to take food so hard, and Oscars actually do, and so do arowanas. So you want to, if you're keeping fish like this, you want them to eat like this. What have I chucked in there? So yeah, it's near enough a whole pot in there. It's near enough gone already. See, there's still some of it floating on top, but they'll just go around the next couple of minutes and it'll completely be gone. The whole lot will be gone. So the silver dollars are starting to eat some of the sinking pellets. Dapnoid will, just took a bit there. The plecos will come out. There's one of the birches at the back there. He's yamming on a bit of, I think he's got some algae wafer in his mouth. And my other big bircher will probably be hiding in his cave. He normally takes food in his cave at the back there somewhere. There he is, he's just come, see him sort of swimming through there. So yeah, as you can see, all the sinking floating pellet has completely gone. Let's just close the lid up. Don't want the arowanas jumping out tonight. But yeah, that's all that food completely gone. What is that? That's probably a minute and a half, 2 minutes max, something like that. Yeah, and that's all that food completely gone. So all these little bits floating about now, like I was saying earlier, you need to get the right balance of fish. So the clown lunches now, you see the clown lunches going on the bottom, they're just sucking all the tiny little bits up, and the silver dollars will do the same as well. And that will just keep your substrate immaculate, and it will help your water parameters as well, because there'll be no food rotting or anything like that. But yeah, that's basically all of it gone. But the tank's doing really well anyway in this video. It's doing really well. To be honest with you, I think it's a bit overstocked for me. I don't like keeping loads and loads of fish in a tank, but it is what it is. I haven't got a bigger tank at the moment. I'm doing massive water changes, like I said. Filter changes are getting more often. What else am I doing? Yeah, just fish are doing really well. And but yeah, I can't say a bad word about it. So I'm really enjoying it. But that's basically the video on how to get your fish to eat pellets. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.